I just broke Torum Online, and I didn't do it using any bugs or glitches or cheats. Asobimo just let me do this. And this is what I did. Ever since the release of these skills, I always knew there was a special type of playstyle locked away behind a secret. A secret I wouldn't truly figure out until 8 years after the game's release. And discovering this has unlocked a completely new playstyle in Torum Online. And I'm about to share it all with you guys today in this video. Auto attack builds, baby. Since the release of Torum Online, these have never really been possible. For 8 years, I've tried and failed and tried and failed to relive the glory days of Iruna Monk. If you guys remember this video that I posted last month, 7 months ago, you'll see that I actually gotten closer than anyone else has in history to getting the actual Iruna Auto Monk build in Torum Online, which I was pretty damn happy about. This build definitely wasn't perfect. Like, it still had some issues regarding like higher defense bosses or anything past like hard mode. The damage would just fall off considerably. On top of that, its max damage was like 100k or maybe a little bit above. So overall, like really good and really close, but just not really hitting that mark. And I just hit that mark, baby. Let's go. By using my Trick Wing fairy magic, I have successfully boosted the damage even further with my new edition of my auto attack build. Let's take a quick comparison look on my new build versus my old build's damage. Okay, we see here where my old build is doing about 100 to 110k damage per hit. Keep in mind, this move hits exactly 4 times per second, so I'm getting around 440,000 damage per second at most. My new build actually hits an average of 140,000 damage per hit, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. But this is actually a massive improvement over the other build. Like, it's just about roughly a 40% damage increase, which is absolutely insane. But it doesn't stop there. The build actually gets 102% physical pierce. This is perfect and exactly what this build needs. It lets this build actually face off and stand a chance against bosses on harder difficulties. So anything nightmare, ultimate, doesn't matter. Your damage should be the same because your penetration is amazing. But wait, there's something missing. A whole new stat that I've failed to mention. One that proves that the existence of an auto attack build should be possible. And of course, I'm talking about additional melee. This stat gives you an extra chance for damage every time you land an auto attack. And seeing as this build is built upon auto attacks, it should fit in, right? Well, let's find out. There isn't that much equipment in the game that provides you with additional melee, but here are some notable ones that I found. Edginova gives 200%, Kukri gives 50%, Tentacle Roar gives 150%, additional melee book gives 30%. For Krista, we have Commander Golem, which gives 100%, and Frenzy Viola, which gives another 50%. And on my avatar sets, I have a total of 100% additional melee as well. This all combines for a whopping 680% additional melee. Let's test it out and see how it does. The additional melee build took about 9 seconds to kill the Attavk. Let's compare that with the normal version of this build. The normal build took just over 8 seconds. But problems really start to shine through when you fight monsters with higher defense values. You can see here that the damage takes a drastic plummet. It's not bad. Well, why does this happen? The answer becomes quite clear when you take a look at the equipment. By choosing to go for this max additional melee build, here are all the stats you're sacrificing in order to get things to work. Because it's more effective and consistent, we're going to go ahead and stick with our normal build for the rest of this video. I'm going to go ahead and run a few damage tests. Make sure to stick around till the end to see my build in case you want to try it for yourself. Really quickly, guys, while I do the damage test here, I wanted to go a little bit more into detail on exactly why the additional melee attack doesn't really work. The thing about Asura Aura is that it's unaffected by skills like Brave Aura or any kind of motion speed buff. So like Godspeed Wield, it just doesn't affect it, which means we effectively don't have to worry about running it. but obviously auto attacks are still affected by both of those things. So if you're going to be running the additional melee build, you're going to be having to fit, you know, Godspeed Wield, Quick Motion, or, you know, Brave Aura into your build, which is honestly a hassle, especially since if you're trying to reset your energy control, it's going to wipe those buffs away and you're going to need to reset those buffs. So it's a little bit of a pain in the neck. Also, the additional melee stat itself right now in Torum is a pretty neglected stat from the devs. The majority of all additional melee in the game doesn't come paired with anything, so you're just getting additional melee. You're not getting any extra like attack paired with it or extra pierce paired with it or anything like that. It's just the melee. And since there are so many stats that need to fight to be in your build, like you need to include attack, you need to include a bunch of physical pierce, you need to worry about critical damage, you need to worry about critical rate, all of those, you know, take importance there. And since additional melee doesn't come with any of those paired together, it's just the additional melee stat. It's a little underwhelming in the game right now, and honestly not quite worth being used. In order to get that much high of additional melee, I did have to sacrifice a lot of stats, which actually hurts the damage of your additional melee because the additional melee goes based off of your stats. So in a way, it's actually hurting itself to run more additional melee instead of more damage. Now it's time to show you guys the build. Before we get into that, guys, I want to ask you guys, if you enjoy this video, please let me know by leaving a like. And if you guys want to see more Torum Online content like this, consider subscribing to my channel. I put a lot of effort into these videos. I really hope you guys enjoy them, and it would really help me out if you guys subscribe to my channel. Lastly, if you guys have any questions or you want to talk to me directly, put a comment down below in this video. I respond and read to all comments, so go ahead and do that if you need. I also stream live Trickwing on Twitch in case you guys are interested. But without further ado, let's continue into the build. Stats are very, very simple. Just full agility and then the rest into strength, just for pure attack and critical damage. For our equipment, I'm running Ferocious Beast Claws. I have Devil Dongo and Pamicham for more pierce, attack, and agility. I'm running Bush Knife for more physical pierce. My Adventurer's Garb doesn't have any critical rate stats, just pure damage, agility, and a little bit of critical damage. I'm running Christmas Tree for that 16% physical pierce and 8% attack. Evil Lefina for even more physical pierce, and Agaladonius for more critical damage and attack. You can also run Collar Tie for lower defense monsters. And in case you guys are wondering, you can run Tentacle Roar for the extra additional melee if you want. I use Glowing Sea Talisman for the extra stability, and I'm running Black Shadow and Agaladonius for more attack. Let's get into some skills. We're running Warcry from the Blade skill tree. Power Wave level 10, you can totally skip this, it's up to you. And MP Charge level 10. I would recommend this. Notable skills from the Martial skill tree include Abstract Arms, Osor Aura level 10, of course, Energy Control level 10, Secret Strong Chase Attack, both, and Slide. Support skill tree, I'm running Brave Aura and Quick Motion for extra damage and motion speed on my additional melee build. Dagger skills, I'm running these 3 auto attack dagger skills down here. Battle skills, I just maxed out the entire row. I would recommend you do the same. Mononofu skills, notable skills are Kairiki Ranshin and Shukuchi level 1. Dual sword skills, you can actually get Godspeed Wield level 10. I'm going to do this eventually. Just need to get around to it. Assassin skills, most notable one is Sicarius for that extra 25% physical pierce. As for my combos, I have Slide into Assassin's Tab Stave with Warcry for a quick 25% physical pierce buff set. Here's my buff set for just general Kairiki and Warcry setting. And that's actually it for the combos that I use. The resistance I'm running are Burning Spirit, Power Wave modifier, giving me 10% extra normal attack damage, plus 30 attack on the physical attack boost. I am using Extreme Whack, and I'm using Zero Stance, but this isn't really helping me at all. And that's it for the build. Hope you guys enjoy trying this out for yourselves, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.